Everybody know I'm crazy. Like they know that, but like sometimes it takes something real crazy for you to grow up and change a little bit. You know, because I'm stubborn. I mean, and it was like easy. Once that happened, it was like easy for me to say, all right, man, that's not even important. Like I mean, but it had to take something crazy. I mean, I wish it wasn't that. You know what I mean? But you know, like, but
you know, I was just like you, bro. Like, you know, when we was high headed coming up, and we was famous early, so we used to having our way, you know. But you know, I was faced with a lot of things early that, you know, probably matured me quick. Like I went to Mecca. My first time going to Mecca was in the middle of Rock the Mic, What We Do, you know, and I flew with a masjid from here, and you know, I slept on the floor and I did things that everybody else did, you know, so it made me realize that I'm not no better than nobody else.
But you always been like have like strong faith, like even the way you carried yourself, like I mean, you just was always, that's how you. I mean, if a person don't know you, I know you, like being around you, that's how you. I mean, but everybody in state probably we always different anyway.
Yeah.
Nobody even act the same or nothing. Like rap
that's
the
what
same,
made it dope. That's what made it so dope.
I mean, like, it was just crazy. But once we got all together, even if we was beefing, we got together, it'd be like fun times. Because when we went to Chicago, it was fun times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
you don't even know. Oh, you had me under pressure. Like because y'all was down before I got down.
Yeah.
And when I was coming around, you used to be like, man, I got 173 songs. And I got these. I'm like, you got 173 songs? What?
You know why this happened? Like, I got shot up when I was 18, right? So I used to play basketball. Couldn't play basketball no more. So I said, man, I'm just gonna try to rap. So I went in the studio for 2 years. I was on a run. I couldn't go to my mom's house, and then I was on a run. So I was really on a run in the studio, no break, just in the recording for 2 years, getting better and better. And that's all it took for me to get, you know what I mean?
And everything was hot. Everything that I heard was smoking.
Because I was practicing so hard. I was being in the mirror, just like up. In my head, I said, I should tell everybody, I'm getting signed to Rockefeller. I didn't even know Jay-Z or nobody. I just really spoke it into existence and really made it happen. It was crazy how it happened. Everybody, how you do that? You know what I mean? But it's like crazy. You really can speak something into existence. Like it was like a 1 in a million type thing. But I seen Free was like, when we did Hot 97 though, you smoked it so bad. I heard seen Puff Daddy on TV talking about it. I seen like Craig Mack talking about it. So he about to. I mean, so you mean your style was so unorthodox, like I mean.
And I told myself when I went up there, I was like, man, listen, when people start rapping, whenever somebody start rapping, I'm rapping. That was my mindset. That's why I was up there doing
we sealed the deal with that night. Yeah. That night sealed the deal. That's like probably one of the best nights Philly had in hip hop ever. I can't think of nothing that could really top that like for far as for Philly.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you some real shit too. Oh, like this why like even though like all the things we've been through, you know, even with like losing my son and like the thing that my daughter's going through right now and all that, I feel like I'm favored by God. I feel like God loved me because He never let me go too far, or never let me feel like I'm better than anybody, or you know, it's always a balance for me. Like that night, we monster Hot 97. You know, everybody was Freeway this, Freeway that, Freeway this. Like you killed it. But that's the same night that I battled Cassidy.
You remember I was with you.
Yeah.
People don't know that when he battled Cassidy, I was with him. I was with him right next to him, like right there. I mean, because remember he asked him who you want to battle. He's like, he wanted to pick Freeway.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you know, I shot my load up that joint. You know, we was going crazy. I shot my load up that joint.
Because we went just straight from Hot 97.
Yeah, we stopped back at the studio. Then Jay was like, "Come with us." We hopped in the van and went right over there. Yep. And you know, Cass edged me on that joint because I shot my load. Because we was up there rapping for like 2 or 3 hours. I wasn't even expecting to have to battle nobody else. So at a point where I would have been feeling like I'm the shit, I was brought to reality. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, you ain't no better than nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's been like that throughout my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's always been situations where I would never go too far one way or the other because I know that, you know, it's about a balance. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is kind of similar to that too. Because remember, as soon as we got signed, I got locked up for a homicide. I mean, that I ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, mind you, we wasn't that famous yet. Nothing was out. So you know what I mean, I definitely understand that. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, you know what? It's not even being better than somebody. I think it's your thinking. It's different from people. Mm-hmm. I mean, whereas though you like, I can't think how you think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Period. I just think that with me, I'm just more outspoken. You know
yeah, definitely.
That's all. Like I don't know how to hide my feelings. Mm-hmm. Like I can't be if I don't like you, I can't be around you. Yeah. I can't be around you acting like I like you if I don't like it. That's just something I just can't do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so the one thing about me, if I mess with you, you know I mess with you. If I don't, you gonna know I don't mess with you.
I'm like that. I'm like that to a certain extent, but you know I'm not gonna let it fuck my business up. Like if it's business and I don't fuck with you, but we got to deal with each other on business, I'll deal with somebody.
But see, I can't help it. You know, some people, I just can't, like, the way my energy is, I can't help it, because I feel like when you come from the bottom, you feel like, you ain't worried about no money, you gonna get money anyway. You be like, you need your spirit to be right. You know what I mean?
For sure, definitely.
I mean, but when it's right, though, it's right. It's clicking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
for sure.
But I know right now, my whole...
You know, we ain't never have an issue throughout all this shit.
No.
Like, you know
and it's so... First of all, y'all know me. Y'all know I'm retarded, like, sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I go, oh, here you go. I mean, and sometimes, I can say myself, sometimes I get mad about stuff too fast. Sometimes, I mean, that come from just having to be a fighter in the streets to survive on your own. You know what I mean? You can't let nothing slide. You know what I mean? This, that, and the third, being in prison too much. You know what I mean? That prison, you can't let nothing slide. You know what I mean? So I had to chill with that prison. I had a whole prison mindset. You know what I mean? That I still have problems working on. You know what I mean? You know, in jail, I don't care what somebody say something small to you, you can't let it slide.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I had to leave that at the jail gate, but it's hard for me. I mean, it stayed with me, but I'm working on. I see a therapist every Tuesday. Every Tuesday.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Yeah, I'm getting ready to start seeing a therapist too. Cause listen, bro, I be going through so much. People don't even know, like, man, like.
Got to, man.
Carry a lot, bro.
And you know what's crazy? I went to this restaurant, right? That everybody, what's Steak 48, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I went there. My son kept calling me, yo, can you please come to my house? I'm like, dog, it's like 12:30 a.m. I said, I'm coming anyway. I just came. I'm glad I came. I went over there. So I get there, him and his girlfriend in there, they got their new crib, big TV, all this. So they eating steak. I'm like, oh, she cooked you some steak? She like, no, I ain't cooked this. He cooked it. I said, you not cook, nigga. I how to cook. He said, Dad, can you please just taste it? I'm like, I just ate, like, just taste a little piece. I tasted his food, and I said, this boy growing up, finally. He had just graduated from high school, he finally growing up, you know what I mean? Got a little infinity, you know what I mean? I left that joint feeling so proud, and this was about 7 days before it happened. And I hit the lottery that day with his birthday. I played his birthday, hit the Keno, I'll be playing Keno. The day before he died, I hit the lottery for how much the funeral cost.
Wow.
Ain't that crazy?
That's crazy, bro.
9 out of 10 numbers. One more number would have been 100,000, but no, I just hit 9 out of 10 to get how much the funeral was.
Wow.
Ain't that crazy?
That's crazy, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, so what you doing first? The music though?
You know, I really just got back. I had a whole album done. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, when all this stuff happened, you know, I had to go back in. So I really just got back in the swing of things and just started back recording. And, you know, the new music that I've been coming up with is incredible, you know. So just getting a project together, probably drop like around April.
That's what I'm thinking about, doing something like with each one of y'all, like one individual, like boom, man, on something that's different. You know what I mean? Because I know people when we together, people go crazy.
Yeah, we definitely need to do another state property joint before it's all over.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why I stay sharp.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, them joints you sent me was crazy.
You stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm glad you came through, man. I mean, I appreciate it a lot, I mean.
Yeah, bro, man, you already know. You know what it is.
For sure, man. So they definitely gonna hear something from me and you.
Yeah. I just sent you a joint.
So now we do a thing, right? My young boy like to ask questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he always got to listen. He take hip hop serious. Matter of fact, let me tell you what an argument me and him had, right? It's an argument me and him had. He said, I said, yo, nobody got more songs than me. He said, I know somebody got more songs than you. He said, who got more songs than me? Freeway. Mind you, this was like 7-8 months ago. This was like 8 months. I said, what? I started sitting. He's like, I still think Freeway got more songs than you. What's your question you got asked, man? All right. So look, so you still talk to Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Yeah, he should talk to you. I mean, you know, because people don't know that what we would do is wrong song was your song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, it looked like automatically like it's his song.
How it happened, I was in the, you know, baseline, because we've been here together a lot. So Jay was in a pool room playing pool. So me and Guru was in the A room. So I recorded my verse, and I originally called Jay in to say to keep goings. You know, so I'm like, come on, I got you hear this show. Just need you to say to keep going, because that's something I picked up from him. He will always put like a little extra voice or something in the joint and make it doper. So he came and he listened to the record, and he was like, he sat down on the joint for like 10 minutes, and he was like mumbling to himself. Then he went into the booth. He did the keep goings, and he went to the booth. Hove never slacking, man. Zipping. I'm like, oh shit, like it's about to be crazy. So I did so many bars. He was like, I'm gonna come back. He had to make a run. He's like, I'm gonna come back and finish it. But then Mac wound up coming to the studio, and I'm like, yo, I just did this joint with Hove. You gotta hear this shit. So I let Mac hear it. Mac was like, man, I'm jumping on this joint. Then Mac put his verse on it. And the rest was history. And the crazy thing about it is they didn't even want to use that as a single, because it wasn't the normal single format like verse, hook. But, you know, it wound up being one of my biggest singles.
You seen the girl dancing at a Sixers game?
Yeah. That's my people. She from my hood.
Oh, yeah.
She went viral.
This is a question I asked, Philly artists. So who your top 5 from Philly? You don't got to name nobody and state property if you don't want.
From Philly?
Yeah.
Top 5 from Philly, I would say Beans, Black Thought.